Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. If you have not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. If you like the video, like the content, please hit that thumbs up. So today we're back in the garage and we're going to be messing with this a little bit, and so let's get into it. Alright, so like I said, we're going to be messing with the car a little bit. We just got done with the race last weekend. We got another race coming up in a few weeks. We're not going to do a whole lot to the car today. It seems to be running pretty good and everything's acting good. We are going to be tweaking with the carburetor just a little bit. We're still trying to fine-tune how the carburetor's performing and everything. So it's very cold-natured. So according to BLP, they got me some idle air bleed screws to change out. So we're going to change those out today and then crank the car up and see if it's good. It's been sitting for almost a week now, so it should be good and cold. And that'll be, excuse me, a good test to make sure it's running good for the race coming up. I just hands down want to give BLP a huge shout out. They were with me in the pits both days this past couple races, getting this new carburetor tuned in for me. Been more than helpful and wealth of knowledge. So thank you guys for everything, and I'm glad I joined your team this year. So we're gonna get that done, start the car up, make sure it runs good. If not, we're gonna call BLP and see what else we need to check. Also pull the spark plug out to check it to see if we're running rich or lean. And so I'll be calling them to see if I need to make a jet change for the next race as well. So like I said, stay tuned and we'll be back. Okay, so like I said, we're going to be changing out these idle bleed screws, which is all four of these little itty bitty screws. So to protect me from dropping these things down the carburetor and having to tear the whole motor apart, I taped up the bowl. So if I drop one of these things, it'll hit this tape and won't go down the carburetor throat and causes me more problems and more headaches. But these little itty bitty screws are what I'm going to be taking out and changing. We're going down one size to see if that helps. So be back in a minute. All right, so we're going to pivot for a second here. So we were going to change the bleed screws, but I heard back from BLP about my running a bit lean issue, and they told me I needed to change my jets. I needed to go up. So they make it real nice. They give you this jet changing tool with jets on it, and they give you screwdrivers to change your bleed screws. That all comes standard with their carburetors when you order it. I think one or two sizes either direction of what's in the carburetor. So we're gonna take the bowls off and change the jets out first, and then we're gonna check that to see if that helps the cold start issue. And if that doesn't, then we will change the idle bleed screws. All right, so this is what we're looking at. So we got to take these two joints loose to pull the fuel rail off, and then we're going to pull the lower bolts out. Pull that lower bolt out, drain the fuel out of the bowls front and back. And once the fuel's drained out of the bowls, then we'll take the other four bolts out and drop the bowls, pull the metering blocks out to change the jets. So I'll be back in 1 second. So we got the front fuel bowl off. You can see that it's laying up on the radiator. Here's a metering block. So we have, you can't see these, but we have 82s jets in there. So we're going to we're going to go to 86s, which I have on here. So let me show you how this is nice and handy dandy here. So it just slips over the end. Just pop them loose. Custom tool, no extra tools. It's great. So we're going to get these changed out, go up to 86s, and then we're going to pull the rear bowl off and see what they are and change those out, and I'll be right back. All right, so we got the rear fuel bowl off. The metering pins in here, the jets in here are 94s. So we're going to go to 98s, which is on here. and we'll change these out and then get the fuel bulb put back on. So stand by. Okay, so we have the 98s changed out, and well, the 98s put in, 94s taken out, and so I'm going to show you how I do this. This is maybe not the right way, but you got to float in here, and you got to make sure it clears all of this stuff. So what I do is I hold the float, or I hold the bowl like this, so it keeps the float kind of centered, and then I set the metering block on it. That's how I do it. That way I know when I do this, the float is good, and then I stick it back on the back of the carburetor. So that's how I do it. And I'm sure everybody knows this, but I'm going to say it anyway. So you got your pump, goes under this little arm. So when you're putting this fuel bowl back on, obviously make sure your pump arm goes underneath here, or you're going to be taking this all back apart and doing it again. So just throwing it out there. All right, so I got both fuel bowls put back on. As you can see, my accelerator pump is under that side, and it's under that side. These bolts don't get tightened very tight, so don't put them on there very tight. And I do cross pattern torque. I got these on and all torqued up, so we're ready to fire it up and see how she runs. So I'll be back in a minute. All right, so we got the fuel bowls changed out. We got everything hooked back up. We turned the car on and leak checked it. We got no leaks. We fired the car up, and runs really good. So it runs a lot better cold, first thing. I mean, it's still got a little bit of hesitation to it as far as being cold natured, but not nearly as bad as it did. So we're not going to change the idle bleed screws just yet. We're going to leave it alone and see what it does. So this thing is motor-wise pretty much ready to go to the race next weekend. So, but we're going to go finish going through the rest of the car and check everything like we always do, which shouldn't be that big of a deal, and then get this thing loaded on the trailer and get ready to go to the race next Saturday. So we're going to get into that, and as long as I don't run anything too spectacular, we will be back when it's loaded up. So see you in a little bit. All right, so it has been another one of those Fridays, but luckily there's nothing going on with the car that took that long, so everything was tight. Everything I checked was good. So we are loaded up and getting ready to head to the racetrack, and we'll do some racing tomorrow. So we'll be back in a minute. All right, morning everybody. So as you see, we made it out to the drag strip. So it is 8 o'clock in the morning on April 19th, day before Easter. So happy Easter, everybody. And so we're going to get everything unloaded and get ready to do some racing. So when we get there, we'll be back. Okay, we are here. We are set up. We're ready to go. They just called Quick 16s class, so we're going to be next up. So I got dressed out in my very hot Florida gear, and so we're getting ready to go up for qualifying. So see you in a bit for some racing. All right, we are back from qualifying. Got an issue with the car today. I don't know what's causing it. It will not, well, it'll start, but then losing power for some reason. I don't know why. So we're going to have to check into that in between this qualifying in round one, which we should have the most time. Well, I told the wife today that I was killing the tree today, and I was going to take it all. So we'll see how that goes, but I definitely am starting out with a positive note. So after this run, I am officially cannot get any better than this on the tree. So this is what we got. We ran a 0.000 reaction time off the tree, and I should have bet Nick because I ought to beat him today. But my 60 foot was a 132 with an 8, which is kind of slow, but that's okay. It's a lot hotter today. 8th mile was a 603 with an 8 at 113.16. But we did richen up the car a little bit, so I got to check the plug. But that's a hell of a way to start today. So we'll get the car ready and get ready for round one. Okay, so we got the car all fueled up and buttoned up, and we're ready to go. And since I am in uncharted territories with my perfect reaction time, I asked some fellow racers that have been doing this for a while, and I do have the potential for a buy run. And apparently what that means at this track is I am the last one to race in my class. If there's an odd number of cars, then I get to run by myself. If there is and get the buy run. If there is an even set of cars and there's a car that pulls up next to me at the end of the pack, it's a heads up race just like anything else, which kind of defeats the purpose to get a buy run if you don't get a run by yourself, but that's how they do it here. So that's what I was told, and that's what we're going up to expect. So I could run the track by myself, in which I will not be trying to kill the tree. I will definitely make sure it turns green. That way I don't beat myself. But if I pull up next to somebody, then we will do a full up hedge race, and I will try to kill the tree again and see what happens. So I'm definitely happy with my reaction time, and I need about 8 more of those today. So we'll see, but yeah, we're getting ready to go up for round one, so we'll be up for some racing. Okay, so that was really weird, sitting on the starting line waiting for everybody else to go. And I mean, there's like 50 cars or so in pro here almost every race, so it's really weird sitting there on the starting line waiting. So I ended up getting a buy, so I did not try to kill the tree because I did not want a red light. And then for whatever reason, I didn't put my foot all the way in it off the line, so my times kind of stink, but you know what? I didn't have to buy back in, and I got my buy, so we're all good. So here's what we got. So I dialed a 602 and ran a 619 just because, whatever. So 241 light, which is fine because, I wasn't trying. The 60 foot, because I wasn't all the way forward, was a 144. And the 8th mile was a 619 with a 2 at 113.37. So we're going to get the car all prepped and get ready to go up to round 2. All right, so we got the car all buttoned up, fueled up, and ready for round 2. We obviously were nowhere near getting the buy run for round 2, which is fine. But maybe I can get the buy run for round 3. Guarantee my spot for round 4 today. But we're getting ready to head up. They just called the class before us, so get ready for do some racing. So round 2 is in the books. It was just, I got confused and misjudged the light. I thought I had more time up there. I thought the guy had a bigger head start, and he didn't. And my light started counting down before I was really ready. So out of the corner of my eye, I saw his light turn red, so I just let go of the button. And then, of course, that's why I red lit too. But first is worse. So I won round 2, so we're going to go to round 3. Here's our numbers. So I dialed a 603 and I ran a 598. So I broke out as well as my 071 red light. My 60 foot was a 132, which has been out pretty much all day. It's a little bit slower than normal, but I'll take it because it's consistent. And so, like I said, I ran a 598 with a 9 at 114.15 miles an hour. So we're going to get the car cooled down and get ready to go to round 3. So we'll be back in a minute. Okay, so the car's all fueled up, all buttoned up, everything's tight. We are ready for round 3. And I have made up my mind that today is the day that I'm getting this round 3 monkey off my back, and we're going to win this round. And I mean, I've had the perfect reaction time in qualifying today, so I just need to double up and do that again, or as good. I just got to do a good light and run my dial, and we'll get past it. But that's the goal, and that's what we're shooting for, and that's what we're going to do. So we'll see you up at the start line. All right, well, round 3's done, and I guess the monkey decided it wanted to stay, but let me tell you how close I was to getting that monkey off my back. So this is definitely by far the closest I've been to date to get it. I think I had a problem off the start line. It felt like the tire spun or laid down or something, because it did not come off the line very good. But here's what we got. So I dialed a 594 because the temperature and everything seemed like it was dying down the wind, but I ran a 607. But that's because I did a 137 with an 860 foot. But I lost on my 008 negative red light. So had this been a tad bit slower, might be a different story. But anyway, so I ran a 607 at 113.89. And we're gonna get loaded up, and we're done for the day. So see you in a bit. All right, so we are all loaded up, unfortunately. You know, round 3 is just another round. I don't understand why it's so hard to get past. I don't think I'm overthinking it. I just think it's just the way everything's falling, and it's very, very discouraging and very, very frustrating. But there's nothing I can do about it. I am definitely getting better on the tree. I did a perfect reaction time the first time. The second time, qualifying. Round 1, I slept for a reason because I didn't want a red light and lose. Round 2, I got flustered or whatever and red lit, but I won because he red lit first. And round 3, I was just trying to kill that tree, and I guess I didn't hesitate just enough with that .008. I mean, 0.08 of a second is nothing. So I can't really be mad at it, even though I am in a way. But the car's fine. I'm good. Everybody's safe. That's what's important. It's at the end of the night driving your car on the trailer. So we will go for the next race coming up in 2 or 3 weeks from now. So in amidst everything that's happened today, it's been a busy day in the pits and even up in the staging area. So I had BLP's photographer in the pits today, and they took a bunch of pictures and videos of the carburetor setup. And then I had a interview with them to give my take on everything, I guess. So hopefully they'll post that on their website, and you'll have to go to BLP's website and check that out. And even Orlando Speed World had a videographer out here today, and he got up and close and personal with the car, and it's awesome. It's good exposure, and it's just great that, I guess starting to fit in around here, and everybody kind of knows me now, even though I've only been out here a year and a half. So it's kind of nice. So, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. If you have not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. If you haven't liked or shared any of my stuff, please do it. That's awesome. And we will see you guys next time, and we'll sign off for the night and see you next race. Thank you.